Everybody, this is Joseph R. Wheeler III, the artist, the founder, and the president of the ONYXCON Foundation. Give yourselves a hand for the 1,000 in the building, 1,000 subscribers, that is. Y'all the reason for the season. And all the new folks who will be hitting that button either now or later. I appreciate you. So, I'm gonna be doing a little chit chat here today. Let's see here. All right, getting my settings right. Every time I go live, I realize that you gotta do this. All right, let's see. There we go, there we go. Yeah. Now we can talk. Now we can walk. I wish they would make it where I could do it every time without having to physically do it. But you have to start the live, and you have to go to the chat situation and set that the only people who can talk are subscribers. And the worst part about it is they only allow you to be like, they say for any duration or up to 20 minutes. I'm like, why only 20 minutes? How about 20 days? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll tell you why, because they trying to start some stuff. They know people ain't got no sense, but they want the drama, so. But we ain't here for that. But unfortunately, we don't control this platform. We just have our platform on it. So until other days, we're gonna do what we gotta do in the meantime. But to speak of possibilities, I will say this, because this one's just gonna be kind of a chat. I am gonna tell y'all about some new content that's coming, as I always do. But once upon a time, I had some business associates. Some people, well, actually, I had never really physically met the guy, but we had a really good conversation. And me being in the film business, I had a young lady on set who wasn't nothing flirty or nothing like that. You know, I know as soon as y'all hear a young lady, y'all think I'm in my Mac mode, but no, it wasn't that. It was just a real cool friend on set, and her knowing that I was in the film business and stuff, and that I do YouTube and whatnot, told me about this buddy of hers who had a business partner, and they were about to start a company that was going to be similar to YouTube. And I said, wow, that's phenomenal. I was like, they must really have some loot to do that, because that's, you know, there's a lot of broadband, a lot of other technological words I don't fully understand, but you know what I'm saying? I was like, man, they got a huge server or what they got? And she was like, I'll let him tell you about all that. So anyway, I did talk with him, and he explained that, you know, his business associate did have, like, you know, their own server and everything, and they were trying to get it going. Unfortunately, it never panned out. But when I tell y'all, if this had happened, just the thought of it was inspiring, because it made me realize that, you know, we're in a day and age. I mean, there's no lack of technology. It's just lack of resources oftentimes that keeps things from coming to fruition, you know what I mean? And so, hold on one second, y'all. Okay, all right. So when it keeps that up through the whole thing, I don't like that. I want to be able to see the whole screen. Anyway, y'all don't see what I'm seeing, but there's like a little bar from what I had to do with the settings that I guess stays up, that I never noticed stays up before when you do that. But it is what it is. Anyway, so as I was saying, 8 people in the building. What's happening? Appreciate you. Make sure y'all put thumbs up. We need love. If you got eyes on it, we want to show some love for it. Put some thumbs up. Time is energy, and energy is time. Appreciate you. So anyway, they were literally going to release a channel that would have rivaled the concept of how YouTube works and allow members of the organization, because it was going to be like a membership type of thing where, you know, you sign up and you get instant, and this is the best part of it, you get instant reward from people appreciating your content. Not that 4,000 watch hours, 1,000 subscribers. Like, you know what I'm saying? We 2,000 watch hours, 1,000 subscribers deep. Still not monetized. We got to get them hours, right? So with this, from the day you post, whatever is approved, because they had to approve all content, and they were very, you know, open to a lot of different types of stuff, a big variety. Matter of fact, I was invited to what was going to be this thing, and it would have been amazing, because ONYXCON would have been able to make earned money off of content that has been here making money for advertisers for years, because they still put advertisements on your stuff here, but we wasn't getting none of it. So, and I guess I'm just sharing this idea for inspiration, because they never know who's in the building, and it could be people who are go-getters like me and might know somebody right now. Oh, I got a friend, he's doing the same thing, or I know a lady, she's doing the same thing. It's like, get in touch. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got to be one didn't get the job done, but others can't, because somebody else gonna do it. Because like I say, what ended up happening is communication got lackluster, which is one of my biggest pet peeves when people say they doing business. You know, you have we had like a damn near 2 hour long conversation, like a big pep rally. Anybody in business know what I'm talking about? You had them big old pep rallies. Everybody's so amped. Everybody's so in. Everybody's ready. Everybody want to do it. And then, you know, even a date was set, like around this time, man, it's going to be ready to go. And I had sent in my application. So I had done everything I was supposed to do. Let's get it going, man. I'm ready to be a part of this too. You know, add this to the portfolio. We're going to keep what we got over here on YouTube, but we're going to do this too. No answers. No nothing. I said, golly, man, are you serious right now? So then, you know, you're hitting them up. And at some point, you just say, you know what? I'm grown. This person grown. If they were raised with the same integrity and dignity that I was raised with, to understand in business, you do not do this. I don't care what happens. Transparency is its own weight in gold. Make that platinum. Make that vibranium weight. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Wakanda forever. All right? Like, you could literally, simply, always be the one to get ahead of, even when there's been a failure or what have you, or something happened, things fell apart. I mean, because it had nothing to do with me. I didn't know the business partner. All I knew was the one person I was able to talk to, like the vice president, so to speak, of this thing. And they stopped communicating. They just hid under a rock, like, you know, oh, make it go away because we can't do it. Oh, you know what? Let me add this one part of why I know that's what happened. Let me give credit. And I'm not saying no names, so it's not like I'm discrediting anything. I ain't even named the name of the company, but the person did get back with me once in the process of me constantly trying to see what's up. And they said, man, I'm so sorry. I've been this busy, that busy. Everybody always loves to start with, I'm so busy, man. That is, another pet peeve. I don't want to hear how busy you are. I'm in the film biz and I do a YouTube channel. I got all kind of other parts of life. Promise you, I can out busy most people talking about they busy. I'm not impressed with how busy you are. What happened? Why the person I was on the phone for 2 hours with couldn't holler back and be like, man, I know we had that big pep rally and everything sounds so sweet, but what really is going on is this. You know, that just lead with that. Don't even tell me you're busy. But he broke it down and he said in so many words, real quick, there wasn't a whole bunch of details, but in so many words, the business partner, the guy was having some troubles with the technological side of it. So somebody else done flaked on him. And instead of him telling, you know, the investors and everybody else involved, I mean, I won't, that's maybe not the best word, just people who wanted to contribute to the channel. How about that? Because I wasn't going to be a contributor. We just can't do it, y'all. I'm sorry. But, you know, if anything changes, we'll be the first to let you know. But we're up against a wall, you know. And then when things do fall, you tell people. You say, yo, this is what happened. You know, because from that, they're going to say, okay, they either going to leave you alone forever, or they're going to say, well, you know, he was at least honest about the process and what happened, so I got to respect that. Can't help but respect that. Got to give love to that. I mean, most people don't do that, so that's going to give you more respect in business. People going to never forget that. They're going to always remember you were the one that held true, that you did what most don't do. You was honest. You told them what was really going on. You didn't leave them hanging, you know. It's like being in, you know, we do relationship goals in the art life, part of our content. You know, it's like you writing somebody, you trying to date, whatever, she ain't hollering back. Or no, y'all had a good conversation. It was feeling real good. Another type of pep rally, right? You try and set up the first date and they ghost you, but you can see red. You know, they done read what you said. They read your text, but they didn't respond. Oh, man, leave them on red, man. That's the coldest, dumbest, silliest, most immature, like, what the umph is that? What is that, right? So anyway, I'm gonna give you an example of how I handle situations like that when it's happened for me, when I've been the one that's got to be big enough to let everybody know what's happening. So years ago, we know y'all know we travel here. We do a travel element, okay? And a big part of all the travel vlogs, that part of our elements is ONYXCON outdoors worldwide, like how I'm walking right now and talking to y'all. And it don't always mean just outdoors literally. It means any and everything related to the great outdoors. It could be information about the flora and the fauna, the animals, the plants, the fungi, the rocks, the minerals, the whatever, whatever applies, even to the original roots of ONYXCON being a Comic-Con. So we explain or showcase, sometimes don't even explain, just we would hope that our audience is walking with us through the process of us sharing so much information that they start to get, oh, that's why he's showing us that. He's trying to get the average person who doesn't think like artists to realize you don't get concepts like the xenomorphs in alien films from H.R. Giger, the late great rest in peace H.R. Giger. Okay, you don't get those forms and those crazy looking creatures from just completely out of your head as an artist. You get inspired and then you come up with something brilliant as an artist, because he is an artist, that's me. And I'm explaining that's what we do. We look at a plant. We look at the buds on a plant, the way a flower looks before it blooms. And then you come back a week from now or a day or two from now and you see it start opening. And then you see what it looks like once it opens. And you say, oh, okay, all right. Now, what if that was a spaceship? The shape like that. See, this is where the ideas come from. This is where the brilliance of true art comes from. And then the other versions of it become the imitators. It's still artists, but they be the ones who, they can't come up with something as unique as that. So everybody mocks it, everybody imitates it. Everybody's doing the same thing over and over and over again in different forms, but they can't come up with their own original idea. And I think a large part of that, as somebody who is an outdoorsman, wholeheartedly, thank goodness, thank you, Dad, thank you, Mom, even, because my mom grew up country. She does it without even knowing it. I don't even think my mom is she would never outright be like, I'm so outdoorsy, because she's more prissy and more of an indoor. But she grew up country, she had to go outside and feed the animals on the farm and stuff. So it's just second nature to her. It's not even fascination. My dad, it's more fascination and total appreciation, being a hunter and a fisherman. And that's what he taught me. It still made me, in my adult life, a fisherman, which I, consider aquatic hunting in its own right. And I know how to hunt, and I love to hike. You feel me? So, yeah, those skills, you apply it. And when you get out here in this environment, you can apply those things to creating new concepts way out the box, I'm coming back around to that story I was going to tell y'all, but I'm going to say this real quick about inspirations. It's like I look at, and to this day I started building a timeline to make this point, and I need to finish it because I might do a video of it, but I've often seen over the years in horror movies and sci-fi movies, a lot of people do what I call the flower head thing. And some of y'all are like, what do you mean flower head thing? So not all flowers open the same way. Not all flowers have the same type of leaves, and petals and things. But let me first say, regardless of shape, the way it's opening, and for something to be on the inside that is carnivorous and has vicious teeth and everything, right? I was just talking about Alien, H.R. Giger, right? So you could go back to that, and the way they open their mouth, and they got another little mouth on the inside that shoots out, right? Okay. That's comparative to a lot of things, from human anatomy, fellas, okay, all right, to all types of animals that have similar things. There's fish that have mouths within their mouth. I've caught redfish, drum. You can lip when I say lip, I mean you can grab their lip and it don't have teeth. It's got a rubbery mouth. But you don't want to if you got long fingers, you don't want to put them fingers way down that throat, because they have these little crunchers, these teeth in the back that munch crustaceans. So if they eat a crab or something, it crunches that up for them so they can digest it. And a lot of other fish, some other fish have that. Like what do they call it? My favorites. Oh my gosh, love those. Ooh, I see it, and my words ain't coming to me right now. Moray eels. Moray eels have that. They have the teeth that you see in their mouth, razor sharp spikes, and then they have another mouth down their throat that crunches stuff. Okay, so or locks onto the fish or something, so it can't get loose if it's almost in the mouth, and they biting it and it's trying to get loose. It ain't coming up out of there more than likely. If it does, it's gonna be so ripped up it might still end up dead because it's so damaged. So anyway, concepts like that. Then you got movies like I always say I think this was part of the origin of the flower head thing, but one of my favorite horror movie concepts, Tremors, the giant worm monsters. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, you clapping already because you know. All right. But the way their heads open is like this flower thing with this crazy tentacled, spiked mouth and stuff, right? Okay. Now, go from that to think about the predators. I'm talking about Yautja. That's what they call them in the comic books, by the way. All right. I'm going real deep on some nerdy stuff for y'all. Okay. They have a spread open mouth like that, right? But it's not the whole head. So back to the Tremors, right? But still sticking with that mouth concept, by the time you got the Blade 2 with the Reapers, what did they mouth do? Split open the whole neck, the whole jaws, the cheeks open, these big, one of the freaking coolest shit, right? And scary as hell, but cool, right? So these are all unique concepts. Each one of them is like some great artistry and everything like that. And then I add that all up to, by the time you got the Stranger Things, which, it films here in Atlanta. I've never been on that show, but I know a lot of friends who have and stuff like that. And I've tried to watch it. I never got into it. I guess, I don't know. I'm picky about period pieces. I'm more into more modern and science fiction, fast forward. Let's go into the deep future. Let's imagine what could be kind of stuff versus so much of what is and what was. I mean, especially on the what was, because a lot of historical stuff, sometimes they get it right, most of the time they don't. And they don't care. They just want to paint whatever picture they want of the past. And so this being a sci-fi show, hey, it's fun. Do what you want with it. I get it. But because it's mostly a kiddie thing, there's not too many things where kids are the main characters that I'm extremely interested in watching as a grown man. That's just my personal taste. It's not to say I can't. I've had a childhood. I can relate. I can think back. I can see something about it that makes it brilliant. I know why it's a popular show. It's a great concept, Just wasn't my thing. That's all I'm saying. But I do know I've seen those things, those alien things on there with the flower head thing. They split it open with these petal-looking, so it's like a flower bulb, and it opens up and it's got all these teeth on the inside. And those are some of the alien things on the show. So you see where I'm going with, I'm saying, you look at the rest of nature, and you can be inspired to come up with cool stuff like this. And it's a big part of the artistic process. So that's one of the number one reasons why I personally love to share my experiences when I'm out and about, from cute animal moments to, creepy stuff, whatever. I mean, however you take it. Some people think the creepy stuff is cute, I don't always, I have seen snakes that I think their heads look cute, but they're more on the creepy side for me because just the way a snake moves just makes my skin kind of move a little bit like with them, like, whoa, oh, damn, didn't see you. Now, if I get a chance to see them before they start moving, that usually works for me. I can observe them a little bit easier without being paranoid, right? But I generally, it doesn't bother me anyway, unless they're an immediate threat. I'm not the person, I'm not like Indiana Jones. I don't lose my mind with the sight of a snake. They got a right to live like me, you know what I'm saying? Unless they are posing an immediate threat, and that goes for anything, a bee, wasp, whatever, No threat, no worries. Keep it moving. So anyway, there's a little bit of philosophy for those who want to know on how we come up with or why we do what we do for ONYXCON Outdoors worldwide and how it's concepted. Okay, there you go. But I was going to tell y'all about new content that is posted. So back to the elements as we go into relationship goals in the art life. So I've been doing a little bit more of that lately. And the numbers are not the best, in my opinion, for what I know other stuff on our channel gets. I want to see better numbers. But I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. I see that I have an audience. There's some people who enjoy what I got to say and will sit and watch it or watch enough of it to get a little bit of whatever my philosophy is on that particular video. So I did one recently where I was sharing my perspective on my types. You know, what types of ladies I like and why. And I didn't keep it surface level. I got into some surface level stuff, but I explained why even with that. Like I talk about physicality. I talk about ethnicity, race, complexion, the difference in all these things and how they add up to why I have a preference for certain types of ladies. And I even got into nationality and all of that too. So anyway, that one is a very long video. I love to say, and I hate to say, I love to say because I don't like to edit myself all the way down to where I can't make my point because I'm thinking, oh, you know how YouTube people are. They ain't gonna sit but for 3 minutes maybe. You lucky if you can get them past a minute. Man, bump that. Y'all can come back and watch it. Y'all gonna have to become some real fans if you want to get the point. Because my videos, sometimes when it's deep topics, I'm not gonna cut myself too short. It was longer, but it came down to about like 40 minutes. And I've done an hour plus like movies before, but I realized, okay, definitely don't want to keep doing those because really you kind of shoot yourself in the foot on this side of the business things. Like people just don't have no damn patience to watch nothing. Like me, man, please. 90% of what I watch is YouTube, and I love it. I love the stuff I find so much cool stuff. I think a lot of people really don't understand how amazing YouTube is, as just for what it really is. Not in every way. It's got its problems, but I'm talking about. Oh wow, there goes. Let me see if I can turn the camera so y'all can see him. Hold on, stay with me. Oh man, he gonna run. Tell him, man. Give him the push-ups. Give him the push-ups, homie. If you would stay there, I'd do some push-ups on camera with you. Oop, there you go. I hope y'all see what I'm seeing. Little anole lizard. Oh, snap. Damn, I just realized when I did that, this whole thing about you can't turn the freaking camera unless you tell it you want it to go horizontal and all that. Come on, YouTube, get with the program. I'll be able to turn it any way I want. I hope y'all can see that. It was a little anole lizard on the log, and he was letting me know this is my area. They do these push-ups. He didn't flare out his dewlap. I wanted to see if he was gonna do that. He's like, it ain't that serious. I'm just gonna hit you with these 1, 2, 3s. That's the golden number. I'm the third. You got 1, 2, 3. Back it up. Back it up. Back. Give me 50 feet. Give me 50 feet. All my old school 90s hip hop heads know what I'm talking about. Back. Give me 50 feet. Yeah. So anyway, we got that video coming. Talking about my likes, dislikes, whatever in between on the ladies. And I make it very clear. I say, yeah, it's just my opinions. I don't expect nothing I'm talking about to be nobody else's perspective. But I know it applies to a lot of guys who are gonna be able to relate, especially my fellow brothers, black men. And when I say brothers, I mean any and everybody, but specifically black men. You know what I'm saying? The world, hey, we the human family. But I'm speaking culturally when I talk about a lot of things in this video. So when it comes out, yo, if you ain't, it don't matter. You still gonna learn something. Because there's enough misinformation going on when it comes to black culture, especially in America. And I'm sick and tired of that too. So that's another part of this channel. We're gonna give you the real, whether you're ready for it or not. You know, because the thing about a lie is, a lie been told to you long enough, you start thinking, oh, I know exactly how all of them are and how they act and how they, even amongst each other, oh, that's what we do. There ain't no damn we. I say it all the time. My phrase here, and I coined it. I hashtagged it with a Z or with a S for the cultures, plural. And we're going to keep saying it. More importantly, we're going to keep living it. Yes, I have some familiar elements about how I move that relate to just about any and everybody who might claim the racial category of black, but there's some things some folk do that I just don't do. Some things they like, I don't like. You know what I'm saying? It's specific. There's a thing called individualism that comes first. Then you can get into family. Then you can get into friends. Then you can get into community. But who the hell are you? Do you know? I'm gonna leave y'all with that and get back to my walk because I'm enjoying this breeze as it goes by.